Good morning everyone, I am proud to be here on this presentation. Today I am going to give a talk for Chapter 3.2 Blood Circulatory System. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Xiu Hui from 3 Jingle and my science teacher is Puan Aisha. First and foremost, I am going to start by the blood circulatory system of vertebrates. In the blood circulatory system of all vertebrates, blood flows continuously in blood vessels to all parts of the body in one complete circle through the heart. However, there are significant differences in the blood circulatory system among them. First, let us see the blood circulatory system of fish. Fish have a single complete circulatory system, which consists of one atrium and one ventricle. Besides that, the blood circulatory system of amphibians is double incomplete circulatory system that consists of two atria and one ventricle. Moreover, reptiles just same as amphibians that has a double incomplete circulatory system that consists of two atria and one ventricle. Last, the blood circulatory system of mammals is double complete circulatory system that consists of two atria and two ventricle. If you look at it more closely, you will notice that there are some difference among them. Okay, let's move on to blood circulatory system of humans. The human's blood circulatory system involves the circulation of blood, which is pumped from an organ known as heart to all parts of the body and specialized blood vessels, namely vein, artery, and capillaries. Let's see the picture of them. The blue blood vessels are called vein. Besides, the red blood vessels are called artery. Last, the most important organs which pump the blood to the all part of the body is called heart. For the next part, I will explain the structure and function of the human heart. The human heart has four chambers, that is two atria and two ventricles. First, the deoxygenated blood from the whole body except the lungs enter the superior vena cava or inferior vena cava into the right atrium. When the right atrium contracts, deoxygenated blood is forced to flow into the right ventricle. The dicuspid valve between the right atrium and right ventricle is allowed the flow of blood in only one direction. When the right ventricle contracts, deoxygenated blood is forced to flow out into the pulmonary artery to the semilunar valve to be carried to the lung. Semilunar valve ensures the blood flow only in one direction and not back into the ventricle. Next, the oxygenated blood from the lungs enter the pulmonary vein into the left atrium. When the left atrium contracts, oxygenated blood is forced to flow into the left ventricle to bicuspid valve. Bicuspid valve allows the flow of blood in only one direction from left atrium to left ventricle. When the left ventricle contracts, oxygenated blood is forced to flow out into the aorta to the semilunar valve to be carried to the all part of the body except the lung. Last, let me explain the septum. Septum is the muscular wall which separates the left side of the heart from the right side of the heart to prevent missing blood. Now, let's move on to the structure and the function of main blood vessels. First, let us see the structure of them. In the artery, the structure is thick and muscular wall with a lot of elastic tissue. It doesn't have wave and is small lumen. Next, vein has thin, less muscular, and less elastic wall. It has wave and is large lumen. Last, the structure of capillary is thinner wall. It doesn't have wave and is smallest lumen. Okay, let's see the function of them. First, artery carries oxygenated blood away from the heart except for the pulmonary artery. Next, vein play an important role to carry deoxygenated blood from the body parts to cells except for the pulmonary. Last, capillaries take care of the diffusion of gases and nutrients from the blood to cells of the body. Now, all of you must clearly know what is the structure and the function among them. How about the circulation of blood of them? Do you know that? Okay, let me explain. In the artery, rapid blood flow under high blood pressure. Besides that, the pulse is detected. Next, in the vein, slow blood flow under low blood pressure and it does not have pulse. Last, in the capillary, slow blood flow under decreasing blood, and it doesn't have pulse. Humans and other mammals have a double blood circulatory system that is made out of pulmonary circulatory system and systemic circulatory system. Pulmonary circulatory system involve the lungs, heart, pulmonary artery, and pulmonary vein to carry the pulmonary circulations. Next, systemic circulatory system involve all parts of the body except the lung, heart, vein, and the artery to carry out the systemic circulation. Okay, let's move on to another point, heartbeat. Heartbeat can be classified into two, which is diastole and systole. When diastole occurs, the doop sound is produced by the closure of seminolar valve at the aorta and pulmonary artery when the relaxation of the ventricle occurs. Besides, diastolic pressure reading is the pressure reading of blood flowing into and filling into the heart. Next, when the systole occurs, the loop sound is produced by the closure of the tricuspid and bicuspid valve between the atria and ventricles when the contractions of ventricle occur. Apart from that, systolic pressure reading is the pressure reading of blood flowing out of the heart. Next, I will explain about the measurement of blood pressure. The systolic pressure reading of a young is normally 120 mm Hg, and the diastolic pressure reading is 75 mm Hg. It is normally written as 120 per 75 mm Hg. Moreover, measurement of blood pressure is usually using a sphygmomanometer. Do you know what is pulse rate? Pulse rate produced by the contractions and relaxations of muscular artery wall. Besides that, there are some factors that will influence the pulse rate. For example, physical activity, gender, age, and body health. To sum up, we must take care of the heart since its functions are very important in the continuity of human life. Mark my words, my presentation will be useful for you. Thank you for listening. Bye!